On Global TV News Prime, late arrival of materials mars Kaduna local government hall. Ganduje condoles and sympathizes with victims of tanker explosion. On the foreign scene, drone launched towards Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's home. And in business, Nigeria seeks fresh $500 million World Bank loan for education. In sports, Joshua won against Du Bois rematch. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television. We're coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. Kaduna residents today defied the movement restrictions imposed by the state government as local government elections held in the state. The state government had on Friday, through the Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs, issued a statement restricting movement from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. today. According to the government, only individuals performing essential duties are exempted from this restriction with proper identification. Despite the restriction order, some residents, particularly commercial riders, were seen about their normal activities along major highways. Interrupted ongoing elections, local government elections in Kaduna State. The election was supposed to start by 8 a.m. and it was recorded that about 10 a.m. voting was yet to commence in most polling units. Several collection centers in Tudunwada, Badiko, Magajingari, and Unguwa Sarki observed that materials were not distributed to polling units. Registration and votings were scheduled to begin at 8:30 a.m. and end at 2 p.m. The National Chairman, All Progressives Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, has paid a courtesy visit to the Jigawa State Governor, Umar Namadi, over the deaths of more than 100 people as a result of tanker explosion. The APC chairman took time in Dutse to visit and sympathize with victims of the fire incidents.
This very unfortunate accident and incidents. There's no doubt this kind of situation is a worry to everybody, especially to the families, to the people of Jigawa State and to the Nigeria. We are here in the hospital in order to see those who are suffering from injuries, and luckily enough and happily enough, the government of Jigawa State is doing everything to take care of those who are suffering from various injuries.
Ganduje also used the opportunity to congratulate the Jigawa State Governor for maintaining peace and stability in his state. He expressed gratitude and happiness for a peaceful, free and credible local government election conducted by the Jigawa State Independent Electoral Commission. As the 2024 Ondo State governorship election scheduled for 16th November approaches, the political atmosphere is rapidly peaceful, with many eyes on the factors that could influence the democratic exercise and shape the economy situation of the state. Kikelomo Okere has details.
Beyond the candidates vying for the top office in Ondo State, the election is expected to test the capacity of the electoral body to conduct a free, fair and peaceful election. Residents of Ondo State are calling on the Ondo State governor to improve the economic situation of the state as well as job creation.
He came on board when he was deputy governor. That is also because of how they neglected him. That is why we have sympathy for him. All of us are not APC members, so but now everybody now, at least in Ondo State now, 90% now are APC, because we have sympathy for him. Everybody want to work for him. we want to work for APC this time. But we want APC to do more as regards the hardship that's on ground now. We want APC to buckle up their belts and work very hard to make sure things easy for the people of Nigeria and especially Ondo State.
Remain the same because they are still the people in power before the governorship stuff was now given to him. So we are not looking forward to anything different from what we had started already. So I believe he will still do well. He will still do well.
The poor, to help the younger ones that they are looking for a job, at least the little they give them to help their family. That is it.
Well, what we expect from anybody that wins the election is to make sure that the condition of this state change. Like, you know, people are crying, there's no food, there's no money. So if they can change the situation, then everybody will be okay.
So far in Akure, the capital of Ondo State, the atmosphere is peaceful as people are going about their normal businesses. Residents of the state expect Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa to improve the economic situation of the state. From Akure, Ondo State capital, Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
The opposition People's Democratic Party has kicked against the Saturday local government election in Kaduna State, saying the exercise was not held in the state. Skeletal voting was reported to have commenced in Tudunwada area in Kaduna South local government area of the state. Addressing newsmen, PDP spokesperson Maria Dogo says there was no election in the state as election materials without result sheets were taken to local government offices without contacting party agents. The Minister of State for Water Resources and Sanitation, Bello Gorunyo, has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to strengthening water users associations in public irrigation schemes as a critical step towards achieving food security and economic growth. This was disclosed in a press statement signed by the Director of Information and Public Relations, Ministry of Water Resources, Fumi Emuteniyo, at the South-South Regional Workshop on the Establishment and Strengthening of Water Resources and Sanitation in Public Irrigation Schemes in Nigeria. The Kebbi State government has set up a committee to recover the money stolen from the orphans' account. A sum of 2.1 billion naira had disbursed to 1,849 orphans in the state by the World Muslim League through bank transfer to cater for their education and upkeep. While briefing journalists in Benin Kebbi, the Commissioner for Religious Affairs, Alhaji Mohammed Sani Aliyu, says some guardians entrusted with the money engaged in fraudulent withdrawals. He says Governor Nasir Idris had directed the immediate recovery of the money in full and should be returned to the orphans. Nigerians have been thrown into darkness again following the collapse of the national power grid, marking the third of such incidents in 1 week. The repeated power failures have intensified frustrations across the country as businesses, homes, and critical infrastructure continue to feel the adverse impact of the nation's unreliable electricity supply. The grid collapse occurred in the morning, with many states reporting total blackout. This latest failure comes on the heels of 2 other collapses earlier in the week, further straining the already fragile power system. President Bola Tinubu has extended warm congratulations to the Oba of Benin, Ewuare II, as he marks his 71st birthday on October 20th, which commemorated the 8th anniversary of his ascension to the throne of his ancestors. In a statement released by the Special Advisor to the President, Bayo Ononuga, Tinubu lauded the reign of the 40th Oba of Benin, noting that since his coronation in 2016, Oba Ewuare II has ushered in a new era of peace, understanding and civility among the people of Benin Kingdom. The President highlighted the monarch's distinguished career in diplomacy, which has influenced his leadership. The principal of Abuja Rehabilitation Center, Bala Soho Musa, has been killed by a yet-to-be-identified assailant. Musa, popularly referred to as Comrade, was reportedly found dead on Friday night inside the center located in Kuchiko, a community in Buari Area Council of Abuja. The center was originally set up by the Federal Capital Territory Administration for skill acquisition training to beggars and other people arrested in the territory over public nuisance. The Sokoto State Police Command has cracked down on a kidnapping syndicate, arresting the prime suspect, 18-year-old Abba Aliyu, who is a neighbor to the complainant from the Badang Hanya area of Sokoto State. A statement by the spokesman of the command, ASP Ahmed Rufai, says on October 16, 2024, Ibrahim Shehu reported to the anti-kidnapping unit attached to the Criminal Investigation Department in Sokoto that his son Saidu Ibrahim had gone missing since October 13, 2024. The Commissioner of Police, CP Ahmed Musa, reiterated the command's commitment to combating crime and praised personnel efforts in ensuring the successful arrest of the suspect. For quite some time now, residents in the metropolitan city of Kano have continued to experience severe shortage of water. This has led to some people resorting to using other alternatives to get water. In this report, Global Television's Idris Jibrin met with a 41-year-old who converts his tricycle to water tank in order to deliver water to his neighborhood. Here's report. Why are you people playing the wrong?
For almost 4 months now,
What's going on?
41-year-old Tasu Garko has voluntarily been delivering water to his neighborhood in Sharada area of Kano Metropolis after converting his tricycle to water tank capable of carrying 500 liters of water.
Ana sai da shi ne kama yanda bodinsa yake haka.
Actually, it's my Oga that bought this tricycle for me, and then I converted it into water tank in order to help my people across Sharada area. According to Tasiu, the persistent water scarcity around his area has forced many residents to relocate to other areas, hence his decision to assist those in need.
Abu ya faru ne a baya lokacin da
I decided to do this because of the persistent water scarcity in Kano State, because so many people are suffering because they don't have water in their areas. In addition to residential areas, Tasiu also delivered water to orphanage homes, prison formations, and schools in order to ease the suffering of the masses.
a rinka kai ruwa guraren.
I used to deliver water in so many places across Kano Metropolis, like Fage, Badala, all these places, because people doesn't have water in those areas. Although Kano State Government assures that work is in progress to restore water in most affected areas, the scarcity of water across Kano Metropolis has continued to remain a source of concern among residents. From Kano, Idris Jibrin reporting for Global Television News.
Governor Dauda Lawal has reiterated his administration's commitment to establish principles of good governance in the operations of public offices in Zamfara State. The governor made this known while inaugurating 6 committees to implement Zamfara State's developmental policies and programs in Gusau, the state capital. Global Television brings you details. The Zamfara governor, Dauda Lawal, said the inauguration of the committee is part of his rescuing mission towards revitalizing and transforming the state. He says the 6 strategic committees will oversee the implementation of various development policies.
As members of this committee, you carry the enormous responsibility of driving the vision and mission of our administration. Your expertise, dedication, and hard work are crucial to the success of these initiatives which you have been entrusted.
The chairman of Human Capital Development Committee and Deputy Governor of the state, Mani Mumuni, assured the governor that the committees will work tirelessly to ensure the success of responsibilities assigned to them.
On behalf of all the committee members and the various committees inaugurated today, that inshallah we are going to discharge our duties diligently and without fear or favor.
The Emir of Bungudu, Atahiru Hassan, expressed optimism that by inaugurating these committees, the governor is setting a course for a more prosperous Zamfara state.
By inaugurating these committees, Your Excellency is charting a path that is unprecedented and which, inshallah, will lead to the progress of this state and pave way for the future leaders of this state.
The committees inaugurated are the Human Capital Development Council, the Committee to Combat Drug Abuse, the Land Use and Allocation Committee, and the Development Plan Committee, among others. The Zamfara State 10-year development plan from 2024 to 2033 committee is being chaired by the Commissioner for Education, Wadatao Madaki, while committee to combat drug abuse is to be chaired by the First Lady, Huriya Dauda Lawal. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting. President Bola Tinubu says Yakubu Gowon, former head of state, helped Nigerians to heal after the civil war of 1967 to 1970. In a tribute to commemorate Gowon's 90th day celebration, Tinubu says the former head of state's "No victor, no vanquished" mantra helped to heal the nation and restore peace. He described Gowon as the father of national infrastructure, noting that his most incredible legacy was the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, which was founded in 1975. Its ongoing efforts to enhance border security and curb trans-border crimes. The Comptroller General of the Service, Kemi Nandap, disclosed this during a visit to its head office in Abeokuta, Ogun State. Nandap noted that the deployment marked the first phase of the e-border project, a critical step in modernizing border surveillance and control in Nigeria. You're watching News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When News Prime returns, Nigerian Football Federation President vows to protect Nigeria's dignity. Details of this and more shortly. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. If you've just joined us, this is Global Television, bringing you live broadcast of the News Prime. In business, the federal government is discussing with the World Bank the possibility of securing a $500 million loan to support basic education. The loan is part of the World Bank's Hope for Quality Basic Education for All initiative, which aims to improve learning outcomes and address the challenges of out-of-school children. Expected to receive formal approval by March 2025, The project is a key component of Nigeria's efforts to reform its struggling education sector. The federal government has declared that electricity distribution companies must replace meter phased-outs due to a meter upgrade. It declared this through the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission and clarified that there is no directive to phase out Unistar meters as claimed, adding that it will soon be out of operation due to upgrade in technology and its user will not be able to vend. The Commission noted that meters currently being replaced by discos must be substituted to ensure no disruption to customers' metering needs. The federal government's plan to reduce the price of food commodities through implementation of a 0% duty and exemption from value-added tax on selected basic food items are increasingly becoming difficult to achieve. The challenge is underscored by an alarming increase in the average price of imported food items, which rose to 873.3 price point index in September 2024, reflecting broader economic pressures. On July 8, 2024, the federal government announced a 150-day duty-free import window for food commodities to ensure a reduction in food inflation in Nigeria. The federal government has approved the disbursement of 12.911 billion naira to some parastatals under the Federal Ministry of Health. The parastatals are the National Health Insurance Authority, the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and the National Emergency Medical Service and Ambulance Service System. The announcement was approved at the 8th meeting of the Ministerial Oversight Committee of Basic Healthcare Provision Fund in Abuja. The committee stated that the fund was disbursed for the fourth quarter of 2024 based on the current BHCPF guidelines. On the foreign scene, a drone has been launched towards the private residence of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in the coastal town of Caesarea. His office, the Prime Minister's office, say his wife were however not at the location and there were no injuries in the incident. It comes after the Israeli military say 3 drones were launched from Lebanon into Israel, with one hitting a building in Caesarea. The Israeli government has, however, not said whether the building was part of the Prime Minister's residence nor the extent of any damage. Russia says it has taken the village of Zoyan in eastern Ukraine, enabling its troops to approach the industrial hub of Korokhov. Russia's defense ministry said the locality of Zoyan has been liberated. Russia has been concentrating its offensive on Korokhov with Moscow's troops at its gate, just a few kilometers from the center. In sports, Nigeria will look to build upon their blistering start when they face Ecuador at Santiago de los Caballeros for their second Group A match of the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in Dominican Republic. Bankole Olowokere's team trashed New Zealand 4-1 in their opening match at the same venue on Wednesday, while Ecuador secured a 2-0 win over Dominican Republic in the group's second game of the day. The tournament opener at the same venue. Both teams have 3 points each, and no win will take them to the last 8 as the tournament enters the make or break stage on the third day. The president of the Nigerian Football Federation, Ibrahim Gusau, has vowed to fight with everything to protect the dignity of the country and the lives of the players. The resolve comes on the maltreatment of Nigeria's senior men's national team by Libyan authorities during their trip to the country for the second leg of their 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying Group D fixtures against the Mediterranean Knights, only to be subjected to inhumane treatment upon arrival. As we end the Global News Prime, let's take a look at some of our top stories. Late arrival of materials marks Kaduna local government poll. Ganduje condoles and sympathizes with victims of tanker explosion. Drone launched towards Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's home. In business, Nigeria seeks fresh $500 million World Bank loan for education. And in sports, we told you Joshua won against Doughboys rematch. That's it on the News Prime, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV channel 365, Star Times channel 276, and free to air on NigeComSat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.